Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay! Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Rolling up, I'm feeling fly, yeah, I'm so damn fresh. Got that platinum grill, blinging in the chest. Diamonds in my mouth, shining when I speak. That umbrella guy, flossing, speaking geek. Ice on my teeth, I'm dripping so hard. Platinum grills, I'm the king of the boulevard. Throwing money in the club, making haters mad. I'm the baddest in the game, no one gets a pass. Ooh yeah. Crushing all these lines, yeah, I feel fly. Rolling on the dubs, that umbrella guy. Iced out pro on the boulevard. You ain't a comic gangster, don't be playing hard. Ice on my teeth, I'm flying so high. Dropping the bass, that umbrella guy. One drill to rule them all, one drill to bind them. Baby, I'm so iced out, gonna blind them. Rolling in town, I'm an army of one. Doing verbal walk-bys, blazing like the sun. Riding in my whip, crushing false accusers. Dropping off the bass on the real abusers. Yeah. Living life fast, no time for the slow. Justice on my mind, stacking up on my throat. Life in the fast lane, no time to blink. Ice on my teeth, watch it when I speak. Chilling on my rhymes, never missing a beat. Ice on my teeth, yeah, I'm living that sweet. That umbrella guy, bringing the platinum heat. Crushing every hater, no time for defeat. Ooh yeah.
Ooh yeah, indeed. What's up, folks? How's it going today, man? The miracle of blue tape. Did you like that? I want to play that again. I was making that, and the little one, she's been hanging out with me throughout the day. In fact, today, right before the stream, we were video gaming together. She was like, "Come on, Dad, let's play some video games." And I was like, "Well, you don't have to twist my arm." But we were playing like right up until 7 minutes before. Oh, she loves it. It's too cute though. But I'm gonna bust it out. She was like, "Dad, I want to do something." She could see the little tape thing movie. She was like, "I want to do something. You're talking." I was like, "All right, you can do something here. Let's bust it up." Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay! Yeah, today I thought we would do a couple of things here. First of all, we've not looked at the body cam footage, which is amazing. I can't believe we haven't made time for that. But also, the police thing is a little bit bigger than I think any of these people are comprehending, because these body cam footage, there's actually 3 different body cams, and with the 3 videos there, what you have is you have the perfect storm that shows, number 1, that they've been dodging service. Number 2, that they've lied, because you have lies that are in front of the court. And that means when this group of people who are all actually, listen to a clip. Somebody just sent me this, and props to you, by the way, where they were saying, Judge Belitho getting paid off, and they kept making these weird freaking suggestions about that, saying Jeremy was paying them off. But on top of it, they even made the point that he was like, well, what are they going to do when he's faced with identical oceans? Give me a second. Identical motions for the I hiccuped for a second. That's what that was. From multiple defendants. And I thought, yeah, you all did put in almost the same thing. Isn't that bizarre? All of you who are, quote unquote, pro se in this, that means you don't know what you're doing at all. You all put in the same filing. And when you put in the same filing, you have it mailed in by certain people that, again, you're not conspiring with, but you seem to have a close enough relationship with that you're able to maintain that. That's bizarre, isn't it? It's very bizarre. So we'll see how that goes. By the way, hey, what's up, Max Lab? Appreciate you. What's up, Mary, too? Appreciate you as well. Thought I'd give you both. When we go over the body cam footage, what I think will be good about this, we'll be able to see firsthand how all of this this insanity plays. Not only will we see that, but we get to see the lies in it, because you got to remember that they were stating that there was no service, that what they wanted to do, what they wanted to say service was, by the way, service is to them putting a document in your hands. And that's not necessarily service. Again, you can't force a person, if they're going in good faith trying to serve you, you can't force them to expend insane amounts of money. You can't continue to dodge when they have made reasonable attempts and about everything that's going on. See, that's part of the kicker too. All these people have admitted they know that these cases are actually transpiring. So now you got to remember as well, what's really fun in that too. I didn't know also, did you realize that Volpe, I knew he had been flipping out a bit, but I had no idea that he had a flip out to the point that he was writing. Actually, let me send this over. He wrote to Hales, to the chief of police in Ohio, I suppose. He wrote to mayor and town council and to the Summit County prosecutor. Oh my God. This is the guy who he wouldn't stop. And now he wants to, I think he's scared. I think he's trying to put on his big boy pants and pretend he's not. But the funny thing is, I think he's very scared in it. And I want to show you that. I mean, all this police stuff, when you put it together, it's kind of funny. It's kind of entertaining. So check this out too. Saw this. This was posted by him, by the way, because he's trying to flex, but I think it makes him just look scared. Very tantrumy scared. So check this out. But it's lovely. I mean, they really care. By the way, Fallen Hero, appreciate you. Thank you for that gifted membership too. Thank you, my friend. So check this out here. Let's read this together real quick. Okay. Crap. Give me 1 second. There we are. Got too many things open. I gotta close out a few again in a minute. after multiple live streams, I'll have a bunch of these open. So this is again from old Darth Touch. It's like, I'm emailing all of you at once for responses to the podcast I'm doing tomorrow. Like they give a shit, by the way. The police are probably like, oh my God, a podcast that like gets 300 views. Holy crap, man. See what he's imagining in his mind. He's imagining after he puts that out, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna turn the tables. I'm gonna get the po-po involved. They're gonna go after all these people I don't like. They're gonna grab them like this. It's gonna be like this. Umbrella guy, you're under arrest for saying mean things about the Dark Touch. It's like, no, I don't think this is gonna happen. I'm sorry for your luck. What a loser, man. This dude. I swear. But again, to Mr. Hale first. So again, he's not mailing Jeremy, remember, but even when he's been told to stop mailing, he's still mailing. I mean, you see how this is. It's like, yeah, you continue to harass. And again, it's interesting because Lynette Preston thanked him for everything he's been involved in. In fact, she did that very recently. She went through a list of people. She kept getting his name wrong, the spelling wrong, but she was thanking all of these people for all the stuff they do. And it was like, man, that seems like encouragement of third-party harassment. But continues after he's been told, this is your insertion that I've harassed you. When you sent emails to me threatening to intercede in my child custody case and claiming I'm going to jail, do you think a journalist has a right to ask questions of the subject of his investigation? Man, unfortunately, see, you have citizen journalists. Many of us are. But then you have dipshits out there that make everybody look bad. I mean, this guy, again, journalist, if he's not being paid to harass somebody, he's being paid to harass somebody. I mean, it's amazing. He's always asking for that moolah so he can go after people. You notice there was never an investigation. There was never looking at all points. In fact, when it was brought up, remember how fast this kind of stuck out to me at the beginning. In fact, remember how fast he wanted to turn John Cook into a victim. He was like, this all sounds like a slander campaign against John Cook. And I was like, wait a minute. Are you saying that Lynette Preston is a liar? No, they're not saying that. Now they are. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it? It's become much less about any of those people, and it's become about harassing this one guy. Isn't that interesting? I find it fascinating stuff. Hey, Nadine, by the way, thank you for the gifted membership there too. Appreciate that. And Max, yes, I won't forget the bankruptcy stuff. I will cover it first, in fact, right after this. We'll mention the bankruptcy for sure. It needs to lead out. And you are right. And I thank you for that. Man, I tell you, there's so much going on. So he writes him, and then to the chief here, under what authority did your police officer Pondergrass, issue a threat to me to arrest me if I send any more communications to Hales? It's like, what authority indeed. It's funny. He tags him into yet more communications. The mayor and town council. Oh yeah. Chief and the officers are dirty cops. Did you approve of them taking taxpayer resources to issue threats to residents of Illinois? Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God. Yeah, they actually can tell you to fuck off. They can indeed. They can say, hey, stop harassing residents. That is something they can do. It's amazing, isn't it? And to the Sumter County prosecutor, are you going to issue an arrest warrant and contact the state of Illinois for extradition based on Jeremy Hales and all these other, man, an extradition? Are you kidding me, dude? You're you're going to have some, you're going to push, and you will get a response. And when you don't like that response, it's going to be really funny. I'm going to have a really good laugh out of that. You know, I think we all will. I think it'll be real entertaining. God, I love it. I love it because they just don't know when to stop, do they? What's up, Jennifer, by the way? Thanks for 10. Did you know there are 2 types of benefits with Social Security? Sounds like LMNOP may receive federal type. SSI. Yes, SSI, needs-based, must report any earned and unearned income monthly. Yes, that's what I've been saying. You're totally right. Look, all of and again, I hate even bringing this subject up because many people are on a fixed income, you know, through, again, government, whatever way, either state or federal. And I believe that, like most of you, I've had to have help in my life before, you know. I kind of, like I said, I've come from nothing myself. And in that, you can't live on these resources. But she's figured out a way. She's attached herself to a minor. She's attached herself to others, and she's gotten a lot of money out of it. It's been reported, you know. It's actually turned out to be pretty good. But on top of it, she made a small fortune, and she tried to utilize that as a bludgeon to do harm. Now, she wants to back away from that now. But again, you know, I think it even backs that up more when we were talking about $18,000 just boofing away and nobody's mad about it, right? Sounds weird, doesn't it? And Patty, thank you for the gifted membership there too. Thank you. So the bankruptcy stuff. Now, give me 1 second. I'm going to close out a bunch of pictures here. That way they don't. Now, this was very good. Okay, this is really interesting, and you're going to have your hearing about this. So check this out here. I think you'll find this really interesting, in fact. So this is part of the. Give me 1 second. Let me get a drink. It's part of bankruptcy claim. This is in response to LMNOP for objection to debtor's claim of exemptions regarding homestead. Now, if you look up homesteading, it has specific criteria, like anything. If you want to claim something, it has specific criteria. And those criteria, yeah, does she actually meet it? And that's the question here. You know, can you claim exemption based on? So let's read on what this says. So objection to that. Come now, the movement. That would be Jeremy Hale, spine through undersigned counsel, pursuant to bankruptcy rule 4003. I'm just going to go that way. Objects to debtor's claim of exemption regarding homestead real property and states the following. The debtor, they filed Chapter 7, July 8th, 2025. Now, in Schedule C, the debtor lists a 50% interest in real property as exempt homestead. Now, according to public records, the real property that's located there, it is a parcel. They give the parcel number, and this is all public record again, is within a municipality which exceeds a half acre. It's listed at 1.66 acres. Upon information and belief, the property does not contain a livable structure. And indeed, you know, that is actually a very good question on stuff. What defines a livable structure? And I get this feeling like living in a hot box shed with a, not even, I was going to say a half built, but it isn't, more like a 10% built structure on the property. Does that actually count as a livable structure? You know, I mean, I personally, I go, especially when you have kids around, I would go hell to the no, but you know, the authority, and again, don't contact anyone. That is my PSA. But yeah, that seems like a very fascinating question they get to answer. Now, based on the foregoing, the real property is not legally exempt as homestead. Again, your homestead, you know, if you own property, that's one thing. if it's again part of your homestead. If not, so wherefore the movement requests the court to enter an order sustaining its objection to the debtor's claim of exemption regarding homestead property and for such other reliefs as the court deems just and reasonable. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Now, along with that, we have a meeting that is coming up. So this meeting, again, let me make sure. I'm making sure I've got certain things out of here. Just one second. All right, let me pull this up here. Now you have a meeting that's coming up. I'm sure that we'll talk about this kind of stuff too. So you can see that's in there. I've removed some of the social security number, but you have a meeting that is going to take place on September the 9th, 2025. It's going to, again, it talks about that, it talks about Zoom and more. What is this for? Objection to debtor's claim of exemption regarding homestead filed by creditor Jeremy Hales. So that's going to be an interesting question to see exactly how they fall with that. Again, how will they? I don't know. Bankruptcy is a different ball game. But again, these people, they've done everything they could. When they want to cry victim and stuff, that's because all the people that they had monitoring cameras and more on Jeremy Hales, they've suddenly decided, oh man, this doesn't seem good. Whoopsie. Wait a minute. So now, of course, with the script flipping and them actually looking down the proverbial barrel of consequences, it's a good question. We'll see what happens. We'll also find out, I know, about them not reporting so many items that they own. I mean, when you look at their reporting, God, man, I don't know when that'll come up, but wow. Sue, by the way, thanks for the 20. I know many who are following this saga who have gone silent. Very dark individuals who've latched on to this mess. Very sick individuals going after people for non-truth. Just money for themselves. Sad times. There's crazy people out there, man. There are crazy people, And what you see now is you see kind of a reckoning that is rolling in with the whole ecosystem mess. Now, a lot of these people are scrambling. This is the fun time of it, though, because the fun time is when they're panicked. They're turning on each other. They're eating one another. They're out there. You got to remember, they wanted to involve lawyers because they thought they might actually give them some kind of decent advice. And what you've come to find out about this is that all these morons here, they've had no idea what they're talking about. Now what's funny too, and I hope this also it's played. There was a clip of this as well. They were talking about how they're all planning this one big move if everything goes forward. It's probably you're going to have to put up money. But they were all going to file the same thing demanding something. I'm like, man, you people are stupid. You're talking about it publicly. You're plotting publicly. God, you're admitting that you communicate and conspire together. I mean, my Lord. Holy crap. It's so funny because they're admit, see, they wanted to play like Ray, for example. He's not even part of anything, like he's never involved with anyone. And it's like, yeah, you keep referring to him and stuff. Iowa Gal, thank you for that membership, by the way. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Thugs. And Durable Karma, what's up? Thank you for that. Police is scared of a petition. Yeah, I've seen the petition blowback. That's really funny. Well, they're all scared of different things right now. Each one of them. I mean, we have Tubbs bunkered down. Let me see. I'm going to pull up. So the way we're going to do body cam footage is this. There are 3. Okay. We have we have some some interesting stuff. I think we'll just play them in order, actually, as they're up here. So I'm going to pull up this part again. Shara, as you probably have heard by now, she had a injury, and she will probably be away for a couple of weeks. We don't know exactly what will happen with it, what the outcome is. We don't know if it's a knee problem, also a spine problem. We're not sure yet. So, it sounds like again, she took a fall or something, but keep her in your thoughts. For sure in your prayers. Robert, thanks for the 10 here. Olivia County is a minimum standard for a livable structure. It is printed and building department, they have nothing on that property that meets the standards. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't enforce their rules. They like to enforce their rules on someone like Travis, it seems like, but they don't fucking enforce their rules when it comes to people like LMNOP. I mean, again, the saddest part of that is when we talk about livable, we're talking about, again, a little kid that is living in squalor. I still don't understand the plan. What did they think? If everything would have come to fruition with Jeremy Hales, let's just say that Jeremy Hales would have said, yes, you can put out a box. Yes, you can do this and can do that. How far did they think Jeremy Hales was going to go for them? Did they think that he was going to be like, hey, I'm going to build you a home over here? Hey, how far did they think that would take them? I keep going back to the beginning of it. And when I think about that, I think it's a terrible plan. They thought they could get some money. Sure. They move out here by this guy that's a philanthropist. He's very well known for helping people out. They make connection. They actually lie to him about how they connect up. How far did they think that would go? How much money did they think they would end up? Now, they've made more money, I think, than they ever thought they could make in their lifetimes. So, that's that. But by the way, with this body cam, if you've got stuff to say with this, if you put up a super chat, then I will try to read it timely, so that way we can keep up with them. I like doing that with videos if I'm by myself. I like trying to doing that. So there are 3, like I said. Shara, give her love. I'm thinking about putting together, this is a fun one. I'm thinking about putting together my own video of this and dropping it in the next week or so, and contacting all of the channels that I know that are, let's just say, I don't want to call them anti-law enforcement. I'm going to say anti-bad law enforcement. There's channels out there. Some of them with millions of subscribers. I thought about putting together a video with all of this and showcasing how, taking the documentation, showing how there was a call. These people knew that there was a process server in the area. They called to interfere. They didn't write tickets or more. And a judge basically put them on blast and wrecked these people when they lied. In fact, they tried to utilize the police to intimidate this process server, and it very well goes sideways. You got to love that, right? What's up, Granny? By the way, Granny Peggy, thanks for the 5. I signed that petition. Hot tub. Indeed. They are horrified by that petition. It's been really funny to watch their response to it. So this is the first. Now, if you haven't listened to it, first of all, if you want to listen to these on your own, and you should, because I will stop them. I will stop them a lot through it. But what you need to understand here is that you can go and watch them raw, and you should. Okay. I'm just saying, you watch the raw video, you make up your own mind on it. It's on Shara's channel, Shara Wolf. But when we go through this, I want you to catch certain statements here. They're mental when you listen to what's going on. and what the police say in this. This is so nuts. So check this out. Here's the first
I think this guy's been avoiding me. I know he does the alligator stuff with you guys, but I'm a process server. I'm trying to catch up to him. I've been waiting on.
Now, what's interesting, the process server tells them straight up, I know that he does this alligator stuff with you guys. Okay. He's talking to the police. He doesn't actually know how connected the police are to Keezy at the time. And we find out a lot more about connection. But again, this guy, process server, he's telling him straight up, look, this dude, he's running. Like, I'm trying to serve him here. You know, what's up? Now, what you're going to catch out of this, I want you to pay particularly close attention. They're going to accuse him of a motor vehicle. There's some motor vehicle. They're saying that you have a violation. They won't give him a ticket, though. And then when he brings up the other guy, like, hey, why don't you stop this guy? They're like, we can't do that. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. Listen to this stuff, okay? Just listen to how this goes.
The longest. There you go. There's all my information.
You're trying to serve him?
That's what I just said, yes.
Well, I couldn't hear from back there.
I'm waving him down. He's going around and around in circles.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. And yes, I'm armed.
Well, what's the process for serving someone? You can follow them and disobey traffic laws and all that.
Disobey no traffic laws, sir.
Yeah, you did. You just ran the stop sign.
Okay, now this is going to blow your mind. Okay, look at what they're saying that he did. You disobeyed a traffic law. What did you do? You ran a stop sign. Holy shit, calling the armed guards, right? Calling the armed forces. Let's get the military. He ran a stop sign. Now, if you listen to what he's saying, but this other guy, no, I actually didn't do that. This other guy, he did. Listen to what he says in reply. It's crazy.
He just went into the opposing lane and ran the stop sign.
The guy who was just trying to turn left. When he went to the left, I went.
And that vehicle turned right, and you went and just
he was the one that
made it right.
He was the one violating the law by going up on the sidewalk.
Trying to get away from somebody that's following him.
So the police just admitted, you notice this, the police absolutely just admitted that this guy, he did this stuff. There is the admission. They saw him. They saw him go up on the sidewalk to quote unquote get away. Now they know, and Keezy knows, that this is a process server. The police are telling you that they know a guy's been driving on the freaking sidewalk, but they stop a guy for running a stop sign. Again, to make sure that he can't catch this guy. Huh. That's a bizarre one, isn't it? My God, again, it's enforceable to pull someone over for a stop, but not for riding on it. It doesn't fucking matter why they want to claim that. Again, this guy, he's told them straight up, hey, I'm a process server. I'm trying to serve this guy. Can you follow and stuff? Yes. Yes, you can. You can do a lot. You have to follow the bounds of the law, but yes. Holy God. It's so crazy. These people, they know what's allowed too. They play so dumb about it, so coy. It's nasty. What's up? Maybe not. Appreciate you. Maybe not. Thank you for the 5 giftos there too. Thank you. Maybe not. Oh, by the way, let me do something real quick. I want to say something to you guys. Okay, I want to throw out some love real fast. Give me a real quick here, and I want to credit Miss Laura B, and I want to credit it to the Kitty Ninja. So yesterday I told you we missed some super chats because remember we had a short stream. The sound was just god awful. Started back up. So out of people we know were missed, Emmy for sure. Love to you. Like I said, I don't have this pulled up, but I do want to shout all of you out that I know of. Double Karma, Jane Chu, Tracy Wild. Now, Again, those are 4 names I know for sure that I did not get to. Again, like I said, you all make the channel work. I get to do this as a job. It is amazing to do, and I love doing this. It's a lot of fun. I do it almost every day. And when you all back, I really, like I said, I take that person. I don't care if there's a, like in one of the bigger trials, I had 30,000 people pop up, and it took me 3 hours to go through Super Chats one day. 3 hours. And you know what? That's the best 3 hours I've ever worked. I was like, oh no, I get to answer questions on something I'm passionate about. Oh no, terrible. So again, thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate it. And thanks to the people that rounded up names so I could give you all love too. That is much appreciated. You know? Give me 1 second here. Goodness. There. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm trying to let you guys know you got 2 cars here. I'm waving you to this guy here. My signals to you don't mean anything.
Yeah, I can't stop a vehicle.
You should stop me.
Yeah, by the way, he did say, Jackie, you're right. He did say that he had a gun. Yes, he did. And you note that to police because you never know, like cops, period. Again, I had some, I remember, let's see, I've had 4 run-ins that weren't fun. I would say nothing wrong on my part, but I got pulled over one time for, I don't remember what the police officer said. No ticket. They were just being a jerk. They wanted to pull me over. But the officer came to a window. I was in the passenger seat. That's right. I wasn't driving that day. Very weird for me. We gotten pulled over for, like I said, I don't remember what it was. That's why I don't remember. But the officer had ID'd the driver and told me he wanted to ID me too. And I was like, hey dude, I don't have ID, you know, I'm a passenger. I don't have to have ID, you know, but when I said, hey dude, like that, he flipped out. He started screaming in the window. This is before you got to record everything. God, I wish I had that recorded. He was like, I'm not your fucking dude. You know, he stepped back like he was going to pull out his gun. I was like, oh my God, this guy's going to pew. Also, I got pulled over. This was very annoying to me. I got pulled over when my stepfather was dying, and I knew that I needed to get to the hospital. I needed to go about 40 minutes away, and I was speeding, but not insanely speeding. You know, speeding. I pulled over. I told the officer right away. I gave him the hospital name, you know, all of that stuff, so I could go then. And they decided just to be assholes and keep me for an extra 15 minutes, just because they didn't think I was compliant enough, because I wanted to go. I was like, I gotta go. You know, Cookeville, Tennessee police. They delayed me for an extra, right on 15 minutes. I was very unhappy. If I had the platform I do now, I would have definitely had something to say about all of that stuff. But having said that, the whole point in that is you never know how that's going to go. You always let them know. I very much carry, you know. And yes, I'm going to let a police officer know about that there. Rewrite, thanks for the 2 there. Mark has been printing 3D broken glass. I saw those. I saw them right before the stream. Those look cool, man. By the way, so with Mark, he said he could make banners, little ones. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the banner thing with people. You know, I thought about like with the, I don't know. I thought with Super Chat, it'd be funny. We'd be like, you have, you know, you've earned your place on the fence, or what? I don't know. Again, I want to make a mockery of what they did, but I want to make it work. So I'm trying to figure out a process for that. So we will figure out a process. I'm going to see how many banners we can get on 1, 2, 3, 4 on our little how many popsicle sticks do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 10 popsicle sticks. I'm gonna see how many we can get on 10 popsicle sticks. Oh, it'll be so funny. It'll be so funny. I love it. Thank you, Rhea Ryan, and thank you, Mark. Man, great people. By the way, great people. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. Max Lab usually has one at the beginning too. Oh, you don't? Yeah. Max Lab always is finding weird, interesting stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about that. Like he's always finding something that is important for the stream, and he's always pointing out like if I miss something, I like that because I forgot the bankruptcy thing twice. So because this stuff is moving so fast, I'll take a note and then something will come up. Even with my note, I'll miss it. Sassy, thanks for the 2. When you started covering What the Hales, did you ask Jeremy? I interviewed Jeremy. That was when I first covered. I wanted to get his side, and like I said, I put out a public call for Lynette Preston that she could come on because when I interviewed Jeremy Hales, remember the protective order was in place, and anybody that reached out and contacted Lynette Preston, that for Judge Grudge could have been considered a violation and could have been used against Jeremy Hales as harassment. So I made it very known that I did an interview, got his side. I did a call for Lynette Preston and John Cook. If they wanted to come on, they were more than welcome to talk about their side of things. So, I mean, that's the way I did. I didn't just randomly step in. There was, let's see, I think DUI Megan mentioned it to me. That's how I found out about what was it. She was like, hey, there's this crazy case you should look into. You like it. It's right up your alley. And oh yeah, she was right. But I saw DUI guy did a first interview, and then Megan Fox was right there with everything. So it was those 2 that really stepped up and stepped in the breach and informed people. But I wanted to, there was so much background that I wanted to start researching what was happening, but I needed to fill in some stuff. And I figured that Jeremy Hales would be the greatest way to go with it. So that's how I did that. The Floofy, thanks for the 5 months. The Overlords, enjoy watching despite it being 1 a.m. I know, man, it's late. It's always late somewhere, right? But I appreciate the Overlords watching, relaxing after midnight zoomies. Hey, by the way, I got the Zoomie patrol here. What's up, child?
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi real quick? You're not supposed to be down here today. You were told not to be by other people. So you better say hi and you better leave. Say it real quick. Say everybody, tell them. How you doing?
Hi.
What you want to talk about? You came down here.
Have a good day, and my dad is the best.
Did you want to, that we did the tape thing today? Was that fun?
Yeah, put that up.
I did. I put it up for people. I showed them twice.
The font.
You want me to show it one more time?
Yes.
Okay, since she's here, I'm gonna play that one more time for you. Okay, here it is. You want to hear it too? Here.
Yeah.
Get over by my ear. Here. Let me put my earphones on with you. Here we go. You got them?
Yeah.
You good? All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay! You did very good, didn't you?
I did that, yeah.
Yeah, you did it so good. That was very good. Give me 5. That was slick. All right.
You missed the money.
Yeah, those are other people. We're watching a video that it's not a video for you, kiddo. Yeah.
Money for me.
Oh, the reason, hey, she asked if you liked your book. The book where they had candy for the regular meal, and you remember the book?
And the first, yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, she liked it quite a bit. She was like, "Oh my gosh, candy for real meals!"
Yeah, if I had that, I would eat it every single day.
I know.
But the little pig didn't like the candy. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Orange.
Oh gosh. Hey. No, just go up there. You're good. Go ahead. You're good. Go. You're good. Just go. You're fine. All right. Hey, come here. Give me my kiss real quick. Hey, give me a kiss real quick. Give me a hug. And then go up. Here. Tell me bye, bye. I love you. Be careful. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Give me a hug.
Flippy cat.
Yeah, there's Flippy cat. All right. Hey, be careful. You're going to trip. All right. Love you. Love you.
Check in my box down here. I'll just get my box. That was down here.
All right. Hey, love you. Close my door. Okay. All right. So let's see. She said, so, the floofy cat, I saw you there. Maybe not. Thanks for the 2. Happy birthday, Jan. I will hit birthday notice at the end just to make sure we don't break everything up. You know, because I'm trying it this way. I think if we play other, but I know I played the tape video in there, but actually, you know what? I want to do I miss doing these. Like my favorite ones are these. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Yeah, happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Yeah, baby. I love doing those. I like the other song too, but I love doing those. So that's what I want to give you tonight. Thank you too. I much appreciate. I hope your birthday has been fantastic. You know, Jacqueline, like 19 months. I listen every night. Sometimes I don't chat, but I'm listening. I can't wait every night to listen to his best. Thank you. Yes, and I know many of you. You're there all the time. Like I said, appreciate you more than anything. All of you. I cannot say that enough. Thank y'all. There's 4 more, and then we'll go with it. Happy birthday to Big Al. What's a Big Al? You can get a dance too, my friend. You get the short arm dance. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Yeah, happy birthday. May these short arms make your dreams come true, baby. I love it. Oh, I miss those. Andre, thanks for the 2. No worries. We understand about missing super chat. Yeah, you know, well, I mean, that's with that one stream. That one stream, I thought you would be able to recover the messages easily. You used to be able to, but they still have not populated back up. So I don't know what's up with that. It credits, but, you know. Dare, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, by the way. Thank you, Dare. That's awesome, too. Thank you. I've seen them fall in. Appreciate that. You heard about the book, by the way. Thank you again, Theresa. She really liked that. A duct tape one, that'd be funny too. And Shelby, thank you for the 5 there. The banners need to be on the ground near the unair conditioned hot box of a shed. No, we're going to do them right. We're going to put them on the fence. That'll be amazing. All right, let's continue. So you heard that. Let me just right here. Okay. Just listen to what they're doing.
My signals to you don't mean anything.
Yeah, but I can't stop a vehicle.
You should stop me.
Listen to that. Listen.
I'm waving you to this guy here. My signals to you don't mean anything.
God, I jumped forward a little bit.
Get away from somebody that's following him.
Okay, so I'm trying to let you guys know you got 2 cars here. I'm waving you to this guy here.
So he's waving the cops. He's trying to get the cops' attention and say, hey, pull that car over right there. He said there's 2 vehicles. He's telling them that there's an issue. There's an incident. So, of course, you know, they only pull over one.
Signals to you don't mean anything.
Yeah, but I can't stop a vehicle.
You should stop me.
I can't stop a vehicle. What does that mean? I can't stop. You've stopped vehicles. You can't. You have the ability to stop a vehicle. You are allowed to investigate. You may not have the right to ask for ID because no crime that you know of is being committed. But if you have suspicion that something's going on, suspicion is not a crime, but it gives you the reason to investigate. So you can pull over a vehicle. You can talk to this guy here. When you talk to him, that would give you the reasonable suspicion that something's happened. Especially, they've also, on top of that, let's not forget, that was just with that story. Let's not forget that the cop, when he talked about that, saw the car drive on the freaking sidewalk. So he did see a law being broken. So he had the ability to pull them over no matter what anyway. But he had the ability to pull them over even if he didn't see that. You do. Now, like I said, IDing might be a problem because, again, under your constitutional protections, but he can investigate. Lord, man. I can't stop a vehicle. He's like, you just stop me. What are you talking about? That's so crazy. What's up, Robin? Thanks for the 10 there. Glad to hear the birthday song. As I'm 70 today. Robin, that is awesome. I'm going to sing for you too, for sure. Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, Robin. I hit something when while I was clapping. I hit the freaking keyboard, so I had to stop for a second. I was not my keyboard. I don't know if you hear that. Let's do it again. Okay. It was so bad. Happy everything stopped. I apologize. Here, let's do it again. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Happy birthday. I won't break my keyboard while I'm wishing happy birthday to you. Yeah. I hit the keyboard there. I was knocked it off. I was like, wait a minute. That's not how this goes. Let's continue.
For a traffic violation.
You just stopped me.
Correct.
Do what you got to do, sir. I'll just start this all over again. I'll indicate that in my affidavit.
Yep.
Okay.
So what is he trying to serve them for?
It's not my business. I don't know.
Cops, this is another thing, that tells you straight up that there's a problem too. It's none of my business. When have you really, let's be honest. When have police officers not wanted to get in your business and know that? It's not my, are you kidding me? Seriously? That sounds like maybe they know, because otherwise they're always like, they took the word of the process server very quickly. They did. They took it very quickly. I've seen many detainments of investigators, and they don't usually go that quickly. It's almost like someone knew they were investigating.
I didn't know when you're trying to serve civil papers that you can just, follow someone indefinitely and
well, I guess
disobey traffic laws.
And I saw him run the stop sign too.
Yeah.
So FYI,
I saw him run a stop sign again. That's what they're boiling it down to. After admitting they saw another guy driving on the sidewalk. So again, that's another reason that they're not going to give any type of citation, because if they give a citation, that's going to be a problem. They thought this was all going to play a certain way, delay, and it would work out, right? But no. Shifter Brains 45th wedding anniversary. That's amazing. That needs a song too. Man, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Happy anniversary from all of us to you. Happy anniversary. May all your dreams come true. Have more of them for sure. That's amazing, dude. 45 years. That is awesome. Emma, thanks for the 2 there. Lazy and corrupt policing. Indeed. Very late. And again, their statements off the bat are garbage. They are absolute garbage. As Sean, thanks for the 5 there. Instead of selling bricks, how about selling banners? Whoever buys that banner gets to decorate or name it. Yeah, I was thinking what we're doing, I was thinking about with the little banner thing, is I was thinking, how they were going to do banners on the fence, when they put it up. So think about doing little sticker banners. Like Mark could do, he said he could do banners. And I thought, like little bitty ones. Now, again, I haven't worked this out, how exactly it'll work, but he's saying that is possible. So I'm thinking about how that happens. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we'll see. I don't know exactly how everything on that works out, but I will see about it, like I said. And one other, I had an email from CC Cat. I will check on that too. The little one has been away, so I will check on that as well for the commissioning. So let's continue.
he also was out there last night, outside their house.
So
we called it. There was a 13 vehicle.
So they knew about it. They knew it. Look at this. This is an absolute admission. This guy was out here before. He was outside their house. He 100% has the right to be there. At least he's doing his job. They're admitting it. But they knew. Like they tell you enough in these videos that they give themselves away. Look at that. See, they're giving you background. Lazy freaking. Gross me out, man. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. What's up, opinions and coffee? Thanks for dude. My youngest Jacob turned 18. Oh man, that's a great one, dude. That is a great feeling there, as a kid. That for when that first time, now that's before the idea of all the bills and stuff really hits you. So it's a great time to be there and be safe, be smart, have fun, listen to your parents still, and happy birthday from all of us to you. Happy 18th birthday. May all your dreams come true for sure. That's a great time, man. That is a great time. It's great. That's great as a parent too. Props to you. Props to your kid too.
He called it in last night.
So Keezy called it in last night.
Outside their house last night.
So see, they tell you here, Keezy called in last night that there was a vehicle sitting outside. He knew what it was for. He knew who they were. So all of this stuff, and the cops knew too. You see what I mean? This is them telling you more than they were supposed to. They caught it on body cam. These are the conversations. It's really nasty too. You'll notice through parts of these videos, body cams will turn off, because they'll come up with excuses for it, but they should never be able to turn them off. I think body cams should be on all the time. And if there's information that needs to be redacted, it should be redacted. But their body cam should be on when they're on duty. I don't care. I don't care what they're doing. They can take the body cam off and hang it outside the bathroom door. That's about it. But otherwise, they should be catching them when they're eating, when they're sitting around, when they stop. They should never turn off, and the audio should never turn off. That way, you like I said, there are good cops out there for sure. But the bad ones, they rarely get called out. That's the thing. They rarely have anyone. Nobody wants to cross over and call them out, and that is a problem. You'll have cops that'll do things about the books, but and cops that want to help out folks. But then you have these bad ones. And again, even if they get fired, you know what happens? They just go to a county over or whatever and get another job. Well, that happened in Tennessee. We actually had a lady get fired for I forget what they call it, drop tasered. There was a woman that she decided she wanted to force into a car, and she tasered her twice while pushing her in. The woman was heavier set, and there was no reason for it. So she ends up getting fired for it. And within 3 days, she had gotten a job a county over. And then on top of that, a year later, she had been promoted. And the police department was being like, "You're the greatest officer." And it was like, wait a minute, the public remembers that. So the bad ones, they're the ones that really stick in your mind, It's so just gross there, man. Bunsen, thanks for the fun there. The funds are just butthurt because they can't get the service fee. That's right. That's right too. They don't get that cheddar. That's right. Theresa, thanks for the fun. To make banners for a quilling pen. Quilling is an art form. They use tightly rolled narrow strips of paper. Would be a perfect size. Yet Mark, he does like teeny tiny stickers. He was talking about that. Again, we'll see what we can figure out with it and do, just to see like what's possible. It sounds like the craziest stuff, but at the same time, the most fun to do. And Jack, and thank you, Theresa. I appreciate you so much, too. Thank you, Jack. There, yes, Keezy's wife works for the Popo. That's right, for the same office there. That's one thing, In fact, Jeremy Hales put in a request for records. He was denied, and yet other people managed to get that. And in fact, 2L was bragging about how they managed to get records and said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong." Well, that proves, again, if they're selectively denying people, what are they denying Jeremy Hales based on? He has every right to request and pick that up. So there's one. And nothing will happen to them, by the way. Nothing. I guarantee you, because you have Some people, they will lock arms and they will pretend that everything's good. But you know what did happen? The courts called it out, and Robbie is served. So all of this does serve him.
Did you make contact with him? Or
Last
somebody,
night?
whoever went out
I
there?
don't know. You could probably pull it. It was going to be whoever's zone 9. So I think it was 174. If you want to pull it from last night, I remember the call. I remember the call from last night.
All right, let me try to call real quick.
Well, I don't think she was with him. I think it was him calling it in.
Will you run them?
Zone 3.
Yes. Now, see, they mute out their body cam. This annoys me, you know? That's just, this is so bad, you know? You should not be able to do this here. He's taking a police call. See, and the police do this. They do it for all kinds of stuff. They'll say that again. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have stopped that. Actually, I should let it play. They'll say it's for, you know, the reason of, again, they're having a private call or whatever. They shouldn't have private fucking calls. He's on duty, man. He's talking about a stop here. He's trying to find out what he can do to this process server. He's trying to, that's the whole thing. They want to jam this dude up. And that's how they do it. And then they'll pull this kind of crap and redact. And they redact stuff for all kinds of nasty little reasons. Again, their calls during a stop. The reason that they have body cams is so that we can hold them accountable. So when they're able to mute out, this should not be allowed at all. It shouldn't be at all. That kind of stuff just irritates me to no end, man. You know, yeah, that's actually a better way of saying thanks for the 5. He wasn't denied. It was marked completed and no records were given. Yes, so they were saying there was nothing to give to him. Yes, that's actually a better. That's actually a better clarification. Thank you. That should be noted. They didn't deny him. They said, here, sure. Oh, there's nothing here. I'm trying to find out. I think there should be more records, in fact, to be honest. Having your youngest turned 18 is so great in so many ways. It's been 10 years since mine turned 18. I just hope I'm as smart as he is when I grow up. Indeed, man. My kids, like, I'm shocked by all this stuff they know how to do these days. It's amazing. I'm letting it play on it so we don't miss anything in it. If something comes up, I want to make sure everything is noted. Everything is on record. Deja vu. Thank you for the membership. Thank you, welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Thugs, by the way. Appreciate you there very much. That is awesome. It's good to see you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, we got a mute again. Oh, you gotta love that, don't you? Gloria asked, would Jeremy Hales need a court order to obtain records? Actually, he could put in a departmental complaint. They won't do anything, but he would start with something like that because, again, his record request was marked as fulfilled. They did that, but they didn't turn over anything. So I would complain. I would complain to the city. Again, that's federal law. They have to turn this stuff over. And if they don't, if they're denying him and they decide, oh, we're not going to do that anyway, then that's where you get a lawsuit. And that's where you make money too. You can, you got to remember all these rules, like FOIA rules and everything else. They exist because some bad thing has happened in the past too. They don't exist in a vacuum because someone thought about it beforehand. Oh no, they exist because they had that called out. God, they mute out so much of this. This is what, look at how they put this call. So they muted out that much of this. When they're calling around to see if they can find out about what happened the night before. They're calling to see what they can do. I'm telling you, man, when you mute out a lot of these things, when you look at it, they're looking for a reason to hem somebody up. And they're also delaying. I mean, again, one of the things about a traffic stop too, traffic stops, that you're not supposed to have any unnecessary delays. So when they pull him over and they start making all these fucking calls here, that's ridiculous. This should not happen. Now, again, they do. This happens, but it shouldn't. You know, we shouldn't have calls to follow this up or that up. If you've got a problem and you want to do this, again, this ain't a chat room here. You're a cop. Like, figure it out, write your ticket, or let the person go. But they delay them, and they delay them a while, and maybe that's the reason for it.
I'm not going to give them a ticket, but
I'd at least document it and write a warning.
I'm not going to give him a ticket means I can't give him a ticket, because if I do, I have to admit that this other guy was doing something as well. You know, if they would have written the ticket, then when he went, if he decided to go to court, he could have paid it, of course. But if he decided to fight it and go to court, he would have been allowed to go in front of a judge and put it on record exactly what happened in this town and see how they ignore that. You know, when he got up there saying, hey, actually, this guy drove up on a sidewalk. He was trying to, well, I didn't do anything wrong, you know, and they admit it. Look, it's in the body cam footage. So they're like, no, there's actually no ticket.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with process serving, but I don't think it's like by any means necessary, you know?
No.
By any means necessary. Are you fucking kidding me? He ran it, by their account, he ran a stop sign. It's not like he stomped and pulled out a pew pew on somebody or anything. Their accounts, you know, again, they said that he was sitting outside of someone's residence. That's 100% legal. He can do that. He is allowed to watch for that. I mean, they absolutely know what that stuff is. I don't know what exactly. What do you think he's supposed to do? You think he's supposed to just go to the door? If the person doesn't come, then what? How do you think that works? They don't know how serving somebody works, and yet they're police officers. What do they think about the back end of everything? Like, how do they think that people get to the courtroom? You know, you do all this stuff and you tell them to come to court. Okay, either you do that, or what happens in those other calls? These other things, when people get out on bail. Do you not know how that works at all? Like if somebody's been sued for credit card issues or whatever. I mean, there's different ways, but you know, you get sheriffs involved. Sometimes you either get the state's process server, which are cops, or you get some outside process server. It's so ridiculous, man. These cops absolutely, they're either the most boneheaded idiots ever. Or they lying to delay. It doesn't work, by the way. It doesn't help them at all.
It's like trying to drop serve them in the middle of an intersection.
No, and that's the thing is that there's no reason for him to be able to do that and everything like that. So he can't disobey traffic laws.
Drop serving in the middle of an intersection. So they've turned it into something different now. It was just running a stop sign, according to them. And now he's trying to drop serve him in the middle of an intersection. It becomes this toga. And you notice they don't bring up, even though they saw it, they don't bring up the guy driving on a sidewalk to get around it. that somehow is just not part of it at all. It's very bizarre, isn't it? Sassy, thanks for the 5. They might have muted their body cam, but their car, it's not muted. Request for footage from the car, it should have everything on it. You know, they have discretion to redact things, though, right? So they'll redact some of this. They'll either mute, you know, when I say it's muted, they may have redacted part of that. I'm not sure. So I'd have to look at the raw footage that they turned over and see if it's been muted or it's been cut out, because they do that. And they do it again. They do it. And you have to raise hell to get it back sometimes. It's wild. I mean, they will. They'll cut out entire segments. You know, I was watching a video the other day of police car hit another car. Police car decided it was on a 2-lane road. There was a rookie driving and a training officer. They pull over to the side, no lights or anything. And when they do, they're going to do a U-turn. When they go to cut a U, this other car that was behind them, they hit it right in the door. Wham. And luckily no big wreck or anything. But the state, they refused to pay for the damages to this person's vehicle, even though it was the police officer's fault. They say, no, he has immunity to everything, and so do we. You have to pay for it. So he made record requests, and during the record requests, they would mute out sentences. Sometimes they would mute out portions where the accident was talked about, you know, because I'm sure it deals with liability. I mean, it's just wild stuff. You watch, again, you want to see some of the crazy stuff. Watch channels like Lackluster. I like Lackluster. I like the guy who runs it, you know. He's a pretty decent person there, I have to say. You know, that's high praise in the internet world, by the way. But you watch them, or, you know, the civil rights lawyer, and you see how the body cam stuff comes up. It's craziness. Let's say, Auntie M, thanks for the mod names on banners. The more votes or donations, the better the place on the fence. I have a mod appreciation stream. Sorry, migraine. Evening, y'all. I would say mods, that would be interesting, you know. Give some mod love for sure. A mod appreciation stream. I'm going to say every stream is a mod appreciation stream. It should be. You know, the mods should hopefully know that they are, again, loved and appreciated. You know, and every stream that goes well is a testament to them doing such a fabulous job. So I like that idea, though. I like the idea of giving them some love and some bannerage, you know. Actually, what I was thinking about, I'll talk about this at the end. We'll get into all that stuff, too. Or we'll never get through any video.
What is it? Delta Victor.
They should all come in the morning. No. Just in case we have another call with him to show that he's already gotten a warning.
So we have another call for him. Look at this. They're documenting, again, he is allowed to go outside of a home or to do other things. He is allowed to do these things. They are trying to make it where he can't do his job. Absolutely. They're trying to, again, they're basically utilizing no breaking the law as a way to say, well, I warned him before. What did you warn him about? Well, yeah, about that.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, saying I would take the crash, ended up having to do a long form.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were thinking either. But I was like, okay. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's planning on doing the long form. Yes, you know, that's another question. Why would he pull up the long form? You notice the other officer was like, why did you do that? That's weird. Huh, I don't know. Maybe because the long forms delay the person there. They can't actually serve a person. Again, I think all of this, it is a giant middle finger with them pretending, because they know they're being recorded. So it's like, well, I totally don't know what's happening. Yeah, sure, we got a call last night about a guy and everything else, but you know, totally, we don't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the 5. You watch the same ones I do. There's about 20 more.
Stay bad.
Love you guys. I love those guys. I love you too. Thank you. Yeah, I watch a bunch of them myself. I do. I believe, you know, again, some people don't like auditors that are out there, but I believe, you know, again, the good ones that know what they're doing, it's tantamount that people protect their rights. Rights to ID or not to ID, all of that stuff, I think is very important. You know, you don't give them away freely because you never get them back. Fucking policeman. I like how they were trying to come up with a reason, though, to slow him down and cause him issues.
All right, listen, I'm not giving you a citation, okay? I understand you have a job to do. I'm not well versed in the laws on civil process serving, but I don't think it's by any means necessary where you can just pull off on the side of the road and run the stop sign.
To the right side. He was the one who did that. All up on the sidewalk, and you guys gonna let him go because he works for you guys trapping fucking alligators. Who gives a shit? But I want you both these names so I can let the judge know what exactly took place and why.
I love this guy. He's like, screw your freaking warning, man. Because I don't blame him, dude. I don't blame him. I mean, he's out here. He's trying to do a job. And he's like, you gonna let this guy go because he traffics alligators with you or whatever, you know? And you've had, the funny thing about it is, you've had Kesey brag about how, you know, they're celebrities in that part. And I thought, why? You know, didn't he get in trouble because of some of the stuff he did? Because of the way he did it? Why would you be a celebrity? I'm confused there, you know? I mean, that's bizarre to me. But apparently, again, I know that his wife works over. But, you know, when they talked about it, I mean, again, I get the feeling that you definitely have... You have obstruction for the just for the heck of it, because there's no way, again, that this stuff stays, that it holds up. And the judge was 100% correct in what he had to say about service, you know? I mean, he was 100% on with that. It didn't help. In fact, all of this stuff, it just proved that Kesey was trying not to get served. And again, you know, I'm not, if these people tried to harass, I definitely would make it a pain in their ass if they tried to serve me with something. But eventually I know I'm going to get served. I'm just going to be an asshole about it because these people suck, you know? So, but I'm not going to be able to get the cops involved and stuff, you know? I think it'd be more fun. I'd get somebody to, I'd call somebody that I know to come over to my house and put on an umbrella mask and leave, you know, like a that umbrella guy mask and leave, go to drive away, you know, tell them here, you put this on and here's my car keys. Why don't you drive down to the store? Have them follow them and it not be me. It'd be like, surprise. That'd be hilarious. Oh my God, I love it.
My name down here, okay?
I need her name too.
You have a card? You have a business card?
This guy's been avoiding being served for the longest, and this is the chance I get to get his ass. Got some connection. Thank you very much.
All right. Drive
Anything else
safe,
you need
okay?
from me?
Nope.
Okay, so you saw that one. All right. You said, let's see, is it? Hey, look, there's a civil rights lawyer. There's lackluster. Yeah, like you can see what I watch here. For some reason, I watched some on football like a while back, and bam, and then you get movie clips. And of course, look, Better Call Saul clips. I love this channel, by the way. If you never checked it out, Better Watch TV. Oh my God, I love that channel. I do. I love them and Lost Explained, the show Lost. I know that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I'm going to get another one of these. All right. We're going to get the big full meal deal, the one I really like. Let's pull that up. And again, give Shara Wolf some love. She's gotten up to about 7,000 subscribers, which I think is absolutely hilarious because she is doubled what 2Ls had managed to do. Remember when they told Shara she was a nobody and nothing with no subscribers? So I guess, well, what does that make them? If Shara's a nobody, then they're half a nobody. I love it. I do. I love it. All right. So check this out. Yeah, Lackluster. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of you, if you've not checked out Lackluster, if you want to watch videos like that, he's exposed a lot of stuff. Civil rights lawyer too. Again, he has exposed some wild stuff. I want to get one of them involved in some. There's something happening here, and it's a mess. So I want to get one of them involved in something here, but I know I'm in a weird spot with that. It's with the DA thing. The DA up here will definitely retaliate, though. If it's put out, they will definitely retaliate. And I'm trying to figure out how to get it called out without putting my family in the crosshairs of some really nasty, corrupt people. So let's see, Kathy, thanks for the 2 there. Lisa, possibly in Sumter County or like maybe, I'm not sure. Dave, I don't know, man. We know where residence was, if they're out visiting or something. Is that what you mean? Because I have no idea. We know where they're from. They ended up getting served and everything. Like I said, too, with Dave, I'm going to play this video in just a second. With Dave throwing his fit, if he would prefer, again, like I said, I'll go serve you, Dave. Then you won't have to be in the thing, but he would cry about that, too. But it won't be in the filing. He just wants to hide. He wants to hide. He wants to say that, he wants to pretend he's somehow invisible, I'm like, no, you're not invisible, Dave. I'm trying to make a OCC sign for my place here. I'm trying to weather one of the popsicle sticks for it. Here we go. Okay, so this is awesome here because they don't know what to do. It's amazing. Look at this.
Hi.
Look, they come to the property. Now check that out. Look, they come to the property here, and this is tied to the fence. They can't avoid it. They can't avoid it. Now, what they wanted to play at was that he wasn't served. But yes, it follows every rule that is set down about process serving. Again, you don't have to put the document in somebody's hand. That is, that's something they think that you have to do. But with the requirements, there's a method which is called drop service, and drop service, quoting this, if a party being served attempts to avoid service and the process server leaves papers at a place from which such person can easily retrieve them and takes reasonable steps to call such delivery to the attention of the person to be served, That right there, I mean, that meets the requirement with that. And also, the courts note that court would not require a plaintiff to expend limitless resources in order to effect services upon a defendant who has actual notice of a suit and who is intentionally evade service. So again, they have all proven, because they're all idiots, they go online all the time and they talk about being part of this case. They prove that they know they've been served. They're just, they're trying to do this dance. And this right here, got me.
These papers, and I'm not the recipient of that. Can you please remove them?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They wanted the cop to remove them. You see that too?
That's interesting.
The car is back there. I don't know if it's still there, but
so they want the cop to remove it so she can say that she didn't receive that. I'm not the recipient, therefore. That's not how it works either. I mean, in fact, the police in doing this, you hear them, they know what these are. So yet again, they are playing at if there's some kind of way around it. Right off the bat, you can hear them. They're trying to dodge surface. I mean, it's ridiculous. And, the lie too, you had Keezy come out and say that the girl here, she was so stressed by all of this, what happens here. She was crying and throwing up. Does she sound like that to you? Does she sound like she thinks she's in danger and she's crying and throwing up? Or does that sound like a giant lie that is being told? Because, I mean, it blows my mind. Rhea, thanks for the 2. You can see Dave from space, like the Great Wall of China. Indeed, that's what I'm saying. I bet I could drop shit. I could drop serve him. I could just I could. Oh my God. Let me calm down for a minute. I could take a catapult and just shoot the shoot the papers rather up in the air, and I'm sure I could hit it. Anywhere on the globe. Catapult. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. Why is an obvious perjury prosecuted? Yeah, that's a very good question. It should be. I mean, again, you see the links, and what's crazy is that in some courts it is, but in some courts they treat it like a joke. Hell, why hasn't Bruce had anything happen to him? I realize that the case is frozen right now, but at the same time, consequences there, they're not part of the case anymore. I mean, really, Bruce is out of the case, right? So they were supposed to do something to him, but they have allowed, since April, they have allowed him to continue doing this garbage. And nothing has happened to him. So, I mean, and why? Why isn't anything happening? I think that's a good question. Let's continue.
It's a little gray Hyundai, and they've been here like the past 2 nights. I'm kind of scared to get out of my car.
Yeah.
Because they've been there, and it's a guy, and I don't want to deal with it.
How old are you?
I'm sorry?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to get involved in removing papers from this gate.
Now, you know why they're not going to. Now, she's grinning and everything else. She's an adult, 100%. So they're like, yo, we're not going to get involved because they can't. That's a legal liability. If they removed this and tried to not serve, that's a problem. Continue.
Is what it is.
They're not for me, though, and I need to get inside.
Well, you can get inside however you see fit.
But they taped it shut.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to my dad?
No.
Okay. But they're not for me. I'm not their
I understand.
Can you move them to like the other side of the gate, maybe?
We're not going to get involved in this situation. Obviously, somebody's attempting to serve papers.
Okay? Yeah, indeed.
They've placed them there for a purpose, and it is what it is. We're not going to intervene.
But they already have.
My dad's saying it's illegal for them to tape my gate shut.
It's not. It's actually not illegal for that to happen, number one, because they didn't. This is the whole funny thing about tape, period. It's not illegal. It would be like me saying that you taped papers to my door. It's not illegal to tape things to that. It's not impossible for them to take it off. It's just impossible. It's taped in a manner that they cannot say that, oh, I never got it, the wind blew it down or whatever, because they lie. They absolutely lie. So instead, they went with a different direction. They tried and then they failed here too. I think it's funny. But the cops, what I get a feeling from in this is that the cops were told that they can't intervene, because they have intervened. They already have. And, you know, again, when they're doing this, this is the kind of way, this is how you get sued. And they found out, I bet you they found out real quick that the people that they're messing with in this, you know, where they're trying to delay service, this ain't some guy that you can just hush by, you know. He doesn't have no voice in some podunk county. We're talking about a dude that has a large following, and he can be very loud. You know, if you deny him his right to do this, he can be very, very loud about it. And I imagine after they were probably shown some videos or something, they were like, oh my God, I don't want anything to do with that.
Like, he's not even home.
It doesn't matter.
I gotcha.
He's down in Miami, so I don't know.
It's a interesting method.
Yeah, I know tape.
There's
Crazy,
no
right?
damage to the fence, so
Nope.
it's one of those things.
Not illegal, dude. That's so funny. Because they don't know how to handle this.
Well, the thing is, if she takes the papers, then she's being served.
Did she serve?
On his behalf, basically.
Yeah. So listen to them. They're trying to figure out how to get around it. There's no discussion to be had right here. The cops shouldn't be discussing this, period. He would be served on her back. Yes, absolutely. So this is 100% undeniable proof that service was provided. And again, this is an attempt. This conversation should be over right here. There should be no more conversation at all. They shouldn't be talking about how, well, actually, yeah, that's how it works, man. If you taped it to my front door, it would be totally fine, right? So why not tape it to the gate? That's totally fine too. And these cops, like I said, they shouldn't be having a conversation about it at all. This interaction should have ended right at the beginning when he told her, like, hey, we're not getting involved. That should have been no muss, no fuss. It's over, right? But it's not, is it? I have a lot more body. Indeed, Emma. Thank you for the two there. The evil blue tape thwarting morons everywhere. I know, again, you know, just remember, as always in life, if you have any type of problem, police or zombie problems, your tortoise won't stop breakdancing,
Try blue tape.
the miracle of our age. Yay! The miracle of our age. I love it. Try blue
I'm assuming
tape.
that's his purpose. Is they can't get in without accepting the papers. So
Yeah, no shit.
Once he can articulate that that's what's happened, then for his purposes, he's completed his service.
That's right.
Which is an interesting approach. I
Why
don't
is
know
that
that him
interesting?
taping them to the gate would constitute anything.
It's not
Either-
walking the gate.
See, look at that. They're trying to find a violation in it. They're working on finding one. Isn't that wild? Even though they know, they're like, well, is there a way that we could say that this is a crime? They are trying very hard. Now, do they try this for everybody? I would say probably not. I'm going to say that the regular, like, average person doesn't get this treatment.
preventing them from accessing.
Call Bishop real quick. They're going to call in to see if they can do something with it, even though they've already said they know what it's about. They're still trying to find a reason to say that it somehow violated the law. This would have been an epic screw up on their part. I almost wish they would have removed. I almost wish they would have been stupid enough to play it a different way, because if they would, I'm telling you, man, the police intervening and trying to stop lawful service. I mean, they already did once. That was bad enough. For them to try this, if they would have tried to remember it again, could you imagine? Oh my God. Like I said, I almost wish they would have.
Hey. So that process server situation I was on earlier.
So look at this. They're having a conversation here. You know, that process server before, again, it's gotten to a degree. They're trying to figure out how, to hem this dude up and to keep it from happening. Did they do that for everybody? Like I said, absolutely not. You know they don't. Becky, thanks for the fun there. Interesting that the cops know about service, but deny knowing anything about how service works. Yes, it's true, isn't it? That is very true. We have no idea how service works. We're just the uninformed police. What's going on? And then they're like, yeah, you know what? This is proper service. Well, that is one heck of a declaration, isn't it? And this is the same cops, because he just said, that thing I was involved with before, So there's an admission for you. This isn't a fight they want to be in, because ultimately they're wrong in this. They are law enforcement. This is also not a matter for them. Once they knew that there was a process server out there, they knew that they were legally trying to serve somebody. They should, God, they had already been called about it before. This just makes me mad when I think about it. I get so irritated when people pull this kind of bullshit. And then not because, again, when the police do it, I'm not surprised by these but the police involvement, this is your and I tax dollars at work, Do you feel like you want your tax dollars going for this kind of stuff? Because if this is what cops are doing out there, then maybe they have too much of a police force. It is rolling, by the way, too, if you're wondering, because it's yet another mute out. Isn't that lovely? Ball Python King, what's up, my friend? By the way, appreciate you. Yep, he mutes the mic again. Yes, that's right. That annoys me so much. He's walking around having a conversation, talking about denying again. How do we deny this guy his ability to do this? Oh, we can't. Well, that sucks.
He's going to call Lieutenant.
Oh, they're going to call about it. They're going to see if they can find a way to get around it.
Just making a few phone calls real quick to see if there's anything we can do.
Okay.
See?
I'll let you know in a minute.
See, that's jacked up. We're trying to find out. I think I'm going to call them and complain about this.
I'm with you. That is a pretty smart way.
This is wrong.
I think it's very clever.
I'm sure they don't do this for everybody, like I said. I just made something I'm going to have to show you guys.
It's a pretty cool gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we're gonna sit out here and we're gonna find out if there's any way whatsoever that we can interfere in this civil issue.
Yeah, I dealt with this earlier.
Yeah, I saw the tag on it.
Yeah. I get behind them and this guy pulls up next to the truck. The truck comes to the stop sign, and then he turns right. The guy runs the stop sign to follow behind him. I light him up, and he's like accelerating, pointing at the truck. So I turn on my siren and everything. I'm like,
You notice the cop left out the driving on the sidewalk part, and yet he admitted to it when it was brought up. You notice in this recollection, these are the things that piss me off too, because this police officer, he's admitted that happened. He admitted it at the stop. You know, he was pulling a yes, but. And now that's not any part of the recollection whatsoever. It's all, look at what this terrible person has done. Oh my gosh. You know? Again, crazy, isn't it? They've already decided. Here's the problem in their investigation, and this is an issue. They've already decided who is at fault. They're just trying to figure out how far they can intervene. Angel, thanks for the 19 months. They know how service works. Yes, indeed. That's what I'm saying, because sheriffs serve papers for eviction, completing eviction, removing. Yes, for other stuff too. Like if you get sued by a credit card company or whatever, they do all of that, you know. Protective orders. Like say you got a protective order and there's a court case that's going to come up. You end up getting service with that too. So the police will bring out your paperwork and tell you, hey, you know, there's all kinds of stuff the police fulfill. So 100%, you know, these people know. And he absolutely knew. You could tell when he drove up there, you could tell he knew. SF, thanks for the two. Randy, I should try to get the unredacted copies. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I'm curious. I might try to get what I can. Just to say, you know, for real, man. What's up, man? By the way, Andre, appreciate you. Thanks for the two there. Just yanks my chain when they mute. Yes. On. Yes, they need to leave it on. They do. It needs to be live the whole time. There should be no.
Tells me what's going on, and I'm like, you can't just like, you can't serve paperwork by any means necessary. You can't just ignore traffic laws, and you know what is your intention?
SCSO, SO2. Got it, Battle 6428 West January 48. Vehicle's going to be at lot number 10. Caller's advised it's been there for about 5 minutes and shining in the headlights.
So there could be a potentially real problem going on, but this is what they're dealing with. How many cops did they bring out for this issue too? You know, that's another question. Like, how crazy is that for you? How much manpower is utilized for this issue? You know, they're calling in other officers to get them involved. Like I said, do you think they do this for everybody?
Wouldn't be surprised if there's some gators on this property.
Oh no, he's got tons of stuff on his property.
They know about
gators,
it.
Snakes.
Hear that? They know exactly who he is there too. You hear that? Oh yeah. He's got a ton of stuff on his property. You know, he's got gators. He's got snakes. He's got all of that. Yeah, he's got a record too. Did we forget about all that? So, well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all.
A lot of endangered stuff.
Man.
Probably wouldn't want to be walking around here as a process server.
Nope.
You could take that as a threat too, you know. After discussions about feeding people to alligators, I might take that as a threat as well. Then again, you could take that as an innocuous comment, but I don't take anything from a person carrying a gun, taser, weapons. You know, I don't take anything that involves me potentially disappearing into a swamp as maybe not.
Hello.
Oh, got to mute out again, you know, because lawfully they're going to discuss, what can we do with this? Is there any way that we can, are you sure that we can't cause any kind of problem here? Okay. Fascinating, isn't it?
All right, like I said, there's not anything that we can do. We can't get in the middle of this. It's like a civil situation, okay?
How do I get in?
Whatever.
Like, I can't even cut it. I don't have a knife or anything.
I mean, it looks like tape. I'm sure you can remove it if you wanted to.
It looks like tape.
As far as not being happy about the situation and the tape being there, you can contact the state attorney's office, which is who employs this process server and all that kind of stuff, and make a complaint. But hello?
Okay, who is this?
This is Hinderhofer.
Hey, it's Robbie.
I talked to you earlier.
Yeah, I'm down in Miami, dude, and
Robbie, they forgot to mute it.
when I was talking to you
Uh-huh.
and this is a process server. He cannot tape my gate shut.
I was talking to you earlier, so they've already discussed these things, by the way. You can tell 100%. These are admissions. They forgot to mute all of that wonderful stuff out. So you can hear about how they had conversations prior with all of that. I think that's a really, really interesting thing, because again, all the denials, I wonder, again, they had a call the night before. We 100% know about that. So, oh my God, I just made something I want you all to see. I'm going to take a picture of it while we're doing this. Somebody told me I should bake what's idea.
It's illegal. That is tampering. I just spoke to a lawyer about it. It is 100% illegal.
A lawyer.
He cannot impede our way into our property.
Well, I think what it would do is it would negate their claim of that the service was completed and all that kind of stuff.
Well, look at him trying to help out.
You can maybe make a complaint with the state attorney's office, which is, I believe, where they're employed. But I don't think it rises to the level of criminal to where we as law enforcement can get involved. And I've already...
Is he still parked in my driveway?
Well, he's parked off the side of the road here.
That's my private drive. That road is a private road. It's our drive. It's my driveway. It's on my easement. It is my easement on my description of my property, and he cannot be parked on there. That is stalking.
Okay. So that whole road that leads out to, what is that, 317? This whole road here is considered your property?
Correct. That is the easement to my property.
Okay.
That was part of the deal when I bought my property.
I can look.
They only put County Road 317 on there a few years back when Michelle started working for the sheriff's department.
All right. Let me look at the property appraisers real quick. And
Wait, what? Are they saying they connected a highway for them? Well, what was that supposed to mean with that too? That's a weird statement there. But yeah, them just claiming, hey, by the way, he can't park on the side. What the fuck, dude? You're saying the highway is your private driveway? That's you notice all this didn't work either. He's doing everything that he can to impede, and all of this got caught on. Again, he knows that there's a guy out there trying to serve him. Like, this is a textbook example of evasion. It's beautiful that he and these police tried to do this, because when they did, and it ends up on record, there's nothing they can do to claim that it didn't happen. See, I love that this ended up on record.
if I can determine that that's your property, then I can tell him he has to leave. He can't be on your property.
Yeah, that's considered easement to my property, and even the neighbors had to get my permission to put in their house there.
Okay.
They had to get my permission to use my driveway, and I signed off on that.
All right, I'll take a look at that real quick.
And I know
This cop doing everything in his power to interfere with it. I mean, he is doing anything he can. It burns them up that they have to let this person do their lawful business. That's wild to me, because again, these aren't personal security guards. These are police that are paid for with tax dollars, man.
If you look up the law between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., 6 to 9, sorry. And that's when he can't even really park there, because that's stalking.
Yeah, I'm not very versed in civil process laws. I did try to do some research on the way here as well, and just them being part.
So he tried enough. This police officer is telling you that he didn't know about a subject. He's never cared about finding out until it came to hooking up his boy here. Now he cares. Now it's an issue that he's going to research. Isn't that interesting?
Parked near your house, like conducting surveillance, so to speak, wouldn't constitute stalking. Because obviously they have a job to do and they have to make reasonable attempts to do what they got to do. He can't like trespass, like open your gate and come onto your property,
right?
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
He's not impeding.
Yeah, why can't he
the
lock me
entrance
out?
to
Why
your
can't I
property.
get my house? I have to open.
Well,
Again, it's not impeding the entrance of your property. He has not blocked your way in. It's just that would be like me saying that somebody freaking taped message. You ever had somebody they want you to pick up something and they tape a notice across your door? One that it blocks where you open it. You actually have to remove it, otherwise you're going to rip it down. You ever have something like that happen? Because I've been there before, and I can't say, well, that impedes me. No, you're not being blocked. You're not being kept off of your property. You have to take the fucking thing off the gate. I mean, seriously, you just I love that the process server did it this way, because what this did is, when people talk about 4D chess, oh, this person's doing 4D chess. This is some 4D chess, because this caused Robbie to call in police and to do all of this other stuff where he created a undeniable record of it. This service, this guy right here, man, I mean, he did a fabulous job with this, because again, this forced. He knew exactly how these people would respond. And when they did, he forced them to screw up and provide something that also it undermines their false narrative. Like I said, he was saying that his kid was throwing up and so damaged and upset. Does she look like she's throwing up and crying? And I mean, you don't see that. And what's really scummy too is he's brought his kid into this. Like, he did this, he did it because he wouldn't just fucking accept service. He had to dodge, So this isn't the process server that's brought someone in. He put it on the property here. But it amazes me. It amazes me that the cops, they know that there is nothing here too, and they are still trying to find a way around it. Even when he's telling him, there's no law being broken here.
I have to work at 3 a.m. I have to wake up at
Walk
3
out.
We got one lane open, but we're still gonna need a
If it was damaged or if it was chained or something like that, I would be more understanding. But the fact that it's
So if someone kidnaps someone and uses duct tape, it's not illegal.
no, we're talking about two different things now.
Wait, what did he say? If somebody what?
Uses duct tape, it's not illegal.
No,
If somebody what? I can't understand what he's saying. If somebody uses what? Can somebody decipher that for me? It isn't pick it up in there, and I'm losing it here. I'm gonna try it really fast again.
something like that, I would be more understanding. But the fact that it's
So if someone kidnaps someone and uses duct tape, it's not illegal.
I hear the duct tape, but the part before, if somebody something and uses duct, I can't understand one of the words. I catch the duct tape. He said kidnap someone. Is that what he said? Am I hearing that correctly? And he's saying someone kidnaps someone and uses duct tape. Am I hearing that correctly? Like, I'm not hearing that correctly, right? Tell me he didn't just say that if somebody uses duct tape in a kidnap. Oh my God. Help, he's kidnapped my gate. What the what now? What is happening? That's amazing. I gotta hear that one. That's amazing. They're kind of like, what? Okay, so
something like that, yeah, I would be more understanding. But the fact that it's
So if seriously, if someone kidnaps someone and uses duct tape, it's not illegal.
if someone kidnaps someone and uses duct tape, that's not illegal. What? Where did kidnap? How did we get to this place here? These are the astute legal minds that are part of the ecosystem. These are the people telling you again that many of them did not need lawyers because they're so apt, you know. Oh my God, how is that? Okay, here's the. Oh my God, that's funny.
no, we're talking about two different things now.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You're impeding the entrance to my house.
Yeah.
The zip tied to the entrance shot.
Well, it looks like tape. It's not zip tied.
Okay, well, tape is. She can't get in. She has nothing to cut it with.
Yeah. I've already talked to the sergeant who talked to the lieutenant, and that's what was discussed, is that we're not going to intervene on that part of it. That's like a civil issue. You'll have to take it up with the state attorney's office or whoever. But I will look at the property appraiser real quick and see where the property lines are, and if he's on your property, I will
I'm curious.
Ask him to leave.
I'm curious if they tried that, by the way. Did they try to utilize that to boot him? Because, I mean, he's already served now, right there. Naughty Pirate, thanks for that. How much you want to bet that the processor had a couple of hidden cameras and watch this? I would, if the processor, by the way, processor, I don't know your name, guy, or anything else, but it's very entertaining. I enjoyed listening to you in the car too. You absolutely handled these people like they were pretending, they were pretending like they were doing you a favor. They weren't doing you a favor. They're hemming you up. You handled it absolutely right. But one thing, if you are not riding with cameras in your car, put them in there, because these people will be accusing you of all types of stuff. If you're a process server, they'll accuse you of crimes. They'll pew pew on you. God knows what. So you need cameras in the front and back of your car, on the interior of your car, and you need a camera as well that you're wearing around. That way it's always covered. You do not want them to be able to put you in jail in some podunk ass county like this. Because when they put you in there, yeah, you may be able to sue them after they jack you up, but they will. Man, like I said, I come from small town South. And yeah, you may get a lawsuit, but a lot of people won't care. So you just watch yourself, buddy. McDepp, thanks for the vibe. Help me. They kidnapped my gate and they're holding it for ransom. I have to show up for court. I'll be crying and vomiting because I'm so worried about my gate. Oh my God, it's amazing.
In the meantime, can you cut the tape so she can get in there? She has to open tomorrow.
That's what I just explained to you, is that I cannot intervene in that part.
That's right.
If she wanted to, I'm sure she can forcibly remove that.
That right there. If they would have talked the cops into pulling it down, they would have tried to argue, and it would have been an unsuccessful argument, by the way. But their argument would have been that the police accepted service. I never did. So they would have tried that. Now, again, it would have been unsuccessful. You heard how things went, but still. I forgot to pull that super chat. Sorry, too. Thank you, my friend. By the way, thank you, McDad. That was funny. I did like it. It made me laugh enough. I left it up on accident. Sandra, thanks for the 2 there. The server was a cop in New York. Yeah, and a lot of people that do this kind of stuff, they have law enforcement backgrounds. They actually know what they can or cannot get away with. So these people trying to pull this, no.
Tape. It's not like duct tape wound up. It's like painter's. It's painter's tape.
Can you get the tape off, Piper?
I don't want to hurt my hands.
It's so funny. This tape, man. It slowed everything to a no roll. It's amazing. We're walking up there now. It's so amazing.
This is 52nd Terrace. What's that? Yeah.
Love it. Help, help, there's tape on my gate. Oh my God. Someone's kidnapping the alligators.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the what you're talking about. I'll let him know that he has to at least move out to 317.
See,
because
they're looking for any fucking reason to try to impede that processor, any reason whatsoever. I mean, have you ever heard a police officer sitting down and be like, yeah, I'm going to look this over? The process server, by the way, has not violated any rules whatsoever. I mean, he hasn't opened a gate to get anywhere. He hasn't, entered closed off property. So they were just looking for a reason to impede, and they decided they would pull up freaking. I mean, really, these are the kind of things that you would hear somebody say. Again, typically, if you got a problem with this is a civil matter. You want to bring it up, but these people these cops are injecting themselves in a civil matter, not a criminal matter. They are not supposed to do that. That's why they said we're not going to get involved, and yet they're still going to get involved. They've done everything they can to impede this process. Unfortunately for them, none of it worked, Robbie. Sorry, man, but none of it worked.
Right. Other than that, unfortunately, I wish I could help more, but
I wish
I could help more.
Can you do me a favor and walk up while she takes the tape off? Because if she's...
I wish I could do more. Not now. Is that the statement of a civil servant that is protecting everyone's rights? Because, as a civil servant, you're not a private bodyguard for this guy. You're not just hooking him up. You're not supposed to be pals or friends with anybody. You're supposed to be the law. But instead, you're like, yo, I wish I could do something for you here. Sorry about sorry about this. Sorry about, I can't beat the guy up and throw him out in the swamp for you. Sorry. If only it was 20 years ago, right? God, I hate that stuff because it tells you this is the kind of stuff that really causes issues there. In the past, think about how this would have dealt with in the past. Dan, thanks for the 5. I can't wait till stupid Dave has to unwrap his 4 pizzas from the blue tape. He's like, I wonder how a summons tastes. he's licking his fingers just to see. He's curious. Jax, thanks for the 8.99. Thank you there. I challenge anyone to wrap me up in duct tape and kidnap me and see what happens. Well, the funny thing is, I mean, again, there's a big difference in wrapping me in duct tape and putting something up on that. That's so weird. And Shelby, thanks for the 5. His daughter has to open for what? His yeah, it's not open to the public. Well, what's strange about it, again, you know how easy this would have been to sidestep he could have gone and he could have accepted service. They're terribly misinformed. I wonder, when they say they talk to a lawyer, I'm wondering if they're talking about certain ecosystem lawyers. Because if any of you are talking to these ecosystem lawyers, they're idiots, man. You know, if you're talking to people like Paint, they're idiots. They don't get shit right. They tell you all the time that they know this or that. How many times have they been wrong? You know, the best way to avoid it is just don't get involved in this stupid bullshit. I mean, cover the cases, talk about how stupid people are more, but don't get involved in trying to freaking wreck the lives and livelihood. I mean, God, it's so difficult. And again, I don't know how that case will turn out, but there's a dance that you do when you cover things, you know? There's a reason why on every one of my titles that I have question mark, exclamation mark, because again, it is a question I'm asking. And when I pose something, the people that are out there are totally allowed to contact and attempt to disprove something. Now, again, if their lawyers try to get involved, like BBB, fuck them. I don't listen to them. But I've opened everything up for specific people. I'm not going to open it up for people like Stupa. You know, I'm not going to help that guy build up his channel. Fuck him. You know, I mean, he's a repugnant person. I wouldn't help him with anything. I mean, he's such a piece of shit. I definitely wouldn't. But again, that's the same reason I wouldn't have a 2L on. They have their own platforms. They can do their own business. But, and you know, you can tell too. Like I said, if I thought Jeremy Hales was in the wrong, I would put him on blast in a cocaine heartbeat. It wouldn't take any time for that. But, you know, because again, if Jeremy Hales was in the wrong, that would be, you know, when these people pretend that there's clout and not calling out a person of his size and stuff, if he was in the wrong, that would actually be a monster story. You know, if he was doing this just to shut down people for some trivial bullshit, that would be a monstrous story. It'd be easy to cover. You get big hits for it. But they don't. Why? Because when people look at it, they're like, oh my God, these people are horrible. They're fucking. Why do you think nobody's really picked it up of any size and looked at it and said, oh my God, you know, this guy, look at this guy. Again, they may disagree with something here or there, but they don't back these weirdos. Wanda, thanks for the 5 there. Saga, she didn't want to hurt her hands. Oh, hell. She can play with snakes now. Yeah, exactly. You know, tape is dangerous. Snakes, alligators, they're okay. They're safe. I got you. You know, so fun times on that, isn't it? It's true. Jax, thanks for the 350 there. Peeing myself laughing at you laughing, Tug. Man, this stuff, I mean, the kidnapping thing really cracked me up. That is so dumb. It's amazing. It kills me. What's up, Michelle? Thank you for the 5 there. Are these comps so unaware that the public know their names and how they don't do their jobs? They don't care. There's no accountability. Like if you or I want something done about this, who do you think investigates the police? The police. That's the one thing that you'll notice over and over again in any of this stuff. Ultimately, the police investigate the police. The only way that you bring it up is with a very loud public shaming. That's how you keep them in check. But otherwise, no, they don't care. Because say they got sued for this, right? Who would pay for it? You would. I would. Feds would, you know, that they would come out of the Fed dollars. So it'd be us. We'd pay. Or, you know, maybe some state dollars. Usually it's a Fed hit. Usually it's some kind of hit, especially if it's not against a township or something. It's usually hitting some Fed program they're getting reimbursement off of. So it's usually coming out of our dollars, you know. It's gross. They don't get hit in the, they don't get fired. They Oftentimes, if they get in trouble, they may get a few days off with pay, as they're investigated, and then they usually find nothing wrong. At worst, they get a few days unpaid, but typically nothing happens, especially with something like this. They figure they can do whatever.
Taking that tape off, I want you to take pictures of that because I am pressing charges on them.
Okay.
Injured taking tape off. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, if you get injured taking the tape off, if that tape bites you, honey. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, you gotta admit that's pretty funny. I'm sorry, honey, but if that nasty tape bites you, I know the blue tape is the worst. They did that on purpose. Honey, if you get bitten, make sure they take pictures because we're gonna sue. Oh my God, that's crazy. This clown got his daughter involved in this, though, man. Why, dude? Why you got to do that, man?
Try peeling from there, maybe. Just go around it.
Oh my God! Look at that! Oh wow! So hard to take off, wasn't it?
All right. Good luck.
Good luck with that dangerous tape. Oh my God, dude. That's hilarious. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go see if I can find that process server and harass the shit out of him for a minute for you, though.
Huh? Yeah, it looked.
Something 98. Yeah, 234.
How's it going?
66.
It's me again. That whatever you have on the gate there has been removed. That female went inside.
Okay, well, he's been served according to the state law because he's aware that he's trying to be served, but he's fleeing. So if you read the statute, you'll find out what it says.
All right. So does that mean you're leaving now?
Oh, I'm still here for a little while.
Okay. Only thing is, this is his property, which I verified through the.
I'll go down to the road.
Yeah, you'll have to go to 317. All right. Thank you.
Looking for any reason, man, to impede him. Any reason, dude.
You can cancel. Oasis. FD's going to cut it up. 1026.
All right. I don't know. I'll try to do a 10-point turn here or something.
That was amazing. Did you see them save those lives? Aren't you proud of them? I mean, how they went in and they handled this horrifically dangerous thing. By the way, I do want to I want to show you an update before we do anything else. I want to show you an update on the property here, because, well, with the fence, the fence, we've done everything that we can so far to make it beautiful, right? Well, let me see. Give me 1 minute here because I've got to show you this. This is amazing. You will be impressed. See, as you might be aware, I really love really love motorcycles, right? I don't know if you knew that, right? So I wanted to showcase my love for motorcycles. Yeah, for motorcycles, and I wanted to put out a sign that just it really got that across. So you'll notice right back there, I'm talking about the Orange County show. That's my favorite show. Totally my favorite show. So I made sure that right across right across there, you can definitely see. I love it. Now, luckily the sign here too, it's not actually nailed together. It's held together by blue tape. That's right. Because blue tape, that will keep choppers from having problems. Yeah, that's what I meant there. Oh my God, I love it. This thing is so much fun. I found some blue. I'm going to put some blue on it right around the edges where it looks like it's holding it together. Oh my God, I love this thing so much though. This is my favorite. This is my favorite toy so far. There's one other video. Let's look at it while we're at it. Why not? Let's see what's there. I don't think I've watched the last one, to be honest. So I'll show you an updated picture toward the end of it. Look at that though, peeking over my sign. How dare you? How dare you look over my fence? You find out that I'm going to call you the Otter Creek. I'm going to tell you about how much I love motorcycles. That's right. That is right. Oh yeah. So the other body cam here. This is actually the first stop, but with the other cop. So let's see what's here. Let's see how it differentiates. This is the female cop that's on scene. Yeah. Make sure it's coming through. All right, let's do it. We won't have as much stoppage in here. I haven't watched this one.
You're trying to serve him? Okay. Well, I couldn't hear from back there. 203. Do you still have him landline?
4 no longer landline.
26. You saw him blow that stop sign, right?
203. Can you clear 10-12?
10-4, I'm clear.
10-4, I'm clear.
I gotta make sure that they
So
have.
signal 14. It's going to be the same signal 13 that they called in last night in a residence via TI.
10-4. He advised he's trying to serve them.
10-4.
So they told them straight up, hey, the same people from last night. So they know 100% what the game is.
I'll just start this all over again. I'll indicate that in my application.
So what is he trying to serve them for?
I didn't know when you're trying to serve civil papers that you can just, follow someone indefinitely and
well, I guess
disobey traffic
so
laws.
and I saw him run the stop sign too.
Yeah.
So FYI, he also was out there last night, outside their house. We called it. There was a 13 vehicle. Kezi called it in last night. So he was sitting outside their house last night.
They talked to Fleece.
Last night.
What do you mean they? Like, Patty? Are you saying the Popo talked to her, or who talked? I'm curious.
I don't know. You could probably pull it.
They fulfilled a request.
It was going to be
for sure.
Whoever's zone 9. So I think it was 174. If you want to pull it from last night, I remember the call. I remember the call from last night. Well, I don't think she was with him. I think it was him calling it in.
Will you run him?
Yeah.
Echo 3.
Yeah, she almost calls her by name. Yep. Well, I noticed they call her by name in the other video. So they absolutely know who they're dealing with.
Golf 6.
You know?
2.
I mean, they 100% are.
Huh?
And they impeded the hell out of
Eugene
this
has valid
dude.
Class C and motorcycle endorsement of Orleans. I've attempted to forward 1029 P.
26 is the 28 current clear.
That's 10-4.
26. Did you get registration and insurance? Do you have your registration and insurance?
They're doing their best to turn this into something, man. Like I said, delay, delay, delay. And they pretend they're doing you a favor, you know.
SO2.
Police like to do this too, because, you know, depending, some of them, they like to do it because they hope they can catch you slipping. They hope that they can make you mad enough that you react. I mean, to be honest, like some of the videos you see out there, whew, man, bravo for him for making them aware that he was not happy. I would not have been happy out there. For stuff like that, actually, there's a. If you watch the auditors, I like the way a lot of them do this because they get pulled over a lot. They keep all of their pertinent papers in something that they wear around their neck. That way, they have it. They either have that, and they have a copy on their dashboard too. That way, they can hold them up. You know, because depending on the state, you're only required to show. You're not required to hand over. You know, you can put them up to your window, but you can also but they can't blame you for reaching or anything else if you have them around your neck. So again, like this guy, he's armed. you never know. It's a lot of trust. So I actually like that idea.
It's clear.
Oh my God. I catch a couple of these too. Shannon, thanks for the 10 bucks. When your banners could be stupid, having fallen off and landed in a blue bucket. We're going to have our blue bucket in our little toilets out there soon. I wonder if we could put up since I've added on land, could I put up a little fake shed build in the back? You know, it could be like partially there. Sitting at G. Thanks for the 2. LOL at Miss Noodle Hands. Yeah, indeed. See, here to cut my tape. I know, man. Hey, those tape cuts are fierce, dude. They are fierce. You got to watch out. They could take off. I mean, we're talking about somebody. She might be coming out there with one of those little hook hands. You never know. You got to watch it. You know what? Bunsen Rockin' still. Thanks for the 2 there. I'm interested in what the sheriff has to say. I would love to hear the calls and communications. All of that stuff should be record. When you request it, we shouldn't be muted. It shouldn't be redacted. That again, every police officer should have to wear a body cam in any contact with either. Well, let me rephrase this. In any contact that has to do with a member of the public. That means, and afterwards, if they're discussing it, we should have that. See, there was a case that should have changed law on that, where I think it was 6 or 7 auditors were arrested. You know, auditors, people that go out, they record, they push their boundaries. You know, They push to see what'll happen, and they sue if they get a violation. Now, some of them very well know the rights and know how, and I like those. I like the fact they may be asinine, and they may, but again, I'm not allowed to do horrible things to people. When I was in mental health, God, you have no idea what kind of things people would do to you, you know, and you're not allowed to do anything negative back to people. So why should it be any different? But anyway, in that, they seized all of these people's phones, and they were laughing about it and having a great old time. One of the people, when they had their phone seized, the screen had locked up on it. So it looked like the image, you know, it just had an image like everything had ended, but it hadn't. It was live streaming from the property bag. So you could hear what the police officers were saying. You could hear them mocking these people, talking about how they were going to hem them up, and they wouldn't be able to get their phones and everything back for months, you know, because they deserve it. It's just wild. So I think every interaction, everything should be recorded. Yeah, I mean, you're right. That communication for sure. Chris, thanks for the 5. And I'm late, but the cop also called Robbie to see if he wanted to come back, get papers, and he said no. And see, that's the kicker. I want to hear, you know, when they call here's another problem too. When a police officer calls you back, you know that they typically don't record those. They don't record them here for sure, you know. Like if I call 911 and I ask for an officer, when I get a contact back, that's not, again, that's the officer calling me from their cruisers. And most of the time that is not recorded. Sometimes it'll get recorded, but most of the time there's nothing involved in that gets recorded. So who knows? Who knows what's being discussed? And these people being buddy, that's even worse, man. Because that goes to downright sometimes dangerous. I do agree. One thing I can say I agree with is the Purell in the door. That's one thing I would definitely have. I'd have a lot of it. I'd have to slide my bucket of Purell out of the way, you know, because my Lord. You definitely get in some situations, I imagine, where you need to bathe in it.
I'm not going to give it a ticket.
I'd at least document it and write a warning.
All these people just look like jerks, man.
No, they have to obey all laws. I mean, they even have Florida state statutes and stuff, but no, he can't run them down or anything like that. They have to abide by laws.
They have Florida state statute. No shit. No shit. They have to abide by laws. Oh my God, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, people think that, you know, they're out here bounty hunting or something. My God, man. Even bounty hunters have to abide by laws, by the way. But I mean, that is so dumb. You have to abide by the law. No joke, man. Riding down the road and being like, yo, I got your papers. That's not illegal. Driving on the sidewalk is illegal, but apparently not in this place. Because they don't pull you over for traffic violations, except when they do.
No, and that's the thing is that there's no reason for him to be able to do that and everything like that. So he can't disobey traffic laws.
I see why they didn't write a ticket, though. Here's another thing. If these cops thought they were in the right, they would have absolutely written a ticket. They would have. You can tell from everything they've done, they absolutely would have written a ticket. But that's one of the things they know they're not in the right. I imagine that they didn't record the incident. They probably didn't pick it up on anything. I would be curious if like I said, if the server actually has a video of it. I'd love to see him like trying to evade by driving up on the sidewalk. You know? See, that
It should all come up on the warning for you now.
All this, nothing should be muted out.
Just in case we have another call with him, just show that he's already gotten a warning.
Unless it's a name or an address or a phone number, something like that. And that would be the private individual, not somebody they're calling. That stuff should be public too, because they should be calling on a work cell phone.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were thinking either, but I was like, okay.
They absolutely knew. I think they were planning on him and the dude up at
Thanks,
night,
buddy.
the next night.
I appreciate you.
You know, I think that was the plan. They were going to hem him up that night when the tape happened, because he would be. They knew he was out. They knew he was watching the property, and they were well aware he was out there. They had looked up statutes. Now, you know, when they looked those up, they were looking up reasons to arrest the guy. So they weren't doing it to be friendly. That's for freaking sure. Charts, man.
East Ave.
Where did it pick up heat from? that sound in the background, it thought it said heat. I like that. That's funny. Look at all this. Everything, even the motions and everything. They're moving it slow. They also get the, you know.
Here. Is that your work?
Or you can just pull off on the side of the road and
That's what
run
he
the stop
did,
sign.
to the right side. All up on the sidewalk, and you guys gonna let them go.
They were trying to find, look, I bet you money that was a call where they were trying to find a reason to jack this dude up. That's why they were so hurried about it. She was in a hurry enough that she reached into his pocket to get out the phone to make sure. Again, just to say, oh, do we have a ray? Oh, maybe we have a method we can put it. That's very odd.
This guy's been avoiding being served for the longest. This is the chance I get to get his ass. He's got some connection. Thank you very much.
All right. Drive
Anything else
safe.
you need from me?
Now we should get to hear the conversation after that too, because you know they're going to sit down and they're going to talk about what happened there. Now, of course, we don't get to hear them talk about what they're doing to private citizens. Isn't that amazing? By the way, I'm not sure what happened here, but I think, let me show you this. I think the stalker struck again, because as I was showing my love for Orange County choppers, because again, you know I love motorcycles, some horrible bandito has broken in, and look at all the blue tape. What am I supposed to do, folks? What if I cut my fingers trying to take the blue tape off? Oh my God. I don't know if I'll be able to survive. There's so much blue tape. So much. Oh, let me show you from another angle, folks. I know you're probably sitting at your home and you're like, oh my God, Doug, I hope you're okay. Yes. The stalker. I hit to face my side. Look at this. Oh my God. The blue tape. Whatever will I do? Now, you know what else that it repels? It repels GoFundMes. That's why, folks, after raising $100 million in my GoFundMe, it cut it off. It's also why police have turned on me. That's right. Yeah, that's right, folks. It's because of blue tape. That's what I'm going to start saying. I'll start blaming their whole fallout. You know, it was the process server that caused it. It's that freaking blue tape. It's so it's so bad it turns scammers on scammers. Scammers be getting hit and put in their place. Oh my God, terrible stuff, right? Look at that. Man, the property's looking good too. Look at this amazing stuff. It's coming along, man. It's coming along. You see little turtle shells in the back. We got some more open area. My Lord, man. I'm gonna turn it into a freaking turn into some thing that I did not plan. At first, I just thought it'd be funny to, throw a few painted pellets out there, and I'm like, no, we need a little decor. It's been fun so far. People, by the way, I've been hit up by some people talking about like, hey, I can make a toilet out of 3D printing. I'm like, heck yeah, make one. We'll put it out there. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. But I love that. OCC, baby. All right, let's see what else is here. What's up, McDead? Thanks for the 5 there. I wonder if there was a traffic camera at the corner. Any businesses? Yeah, probably not, honestly. I mean, it looks like where they pulled them over. It doesn't look like there's a lot. I mean, there could be, but they honest. They wouldn't go out of their way to do anything. The police, they're not going to investigate. Remember, there was no crime. Now, could we find out? Sure. I wonder, like I said, if the process server has a camera. If they don't have a camera, they need to get one. Because again, you as a regular citizen need one. You don't want some jackass throwing you in jail for something you didn't do, or somebody scamming you and backing into your car and saying that, an insurance scam or whatever. One thing you should learn from watching all of the ecosystem is that scammers, man, they get away with a lot, so make sure that you stand up for yourself in that. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to redirect you to Flashcast. Now, I'll always put the caveat on there. If you easily offend, do not go over there. But if you enjoy yourself and want to laugh at some stupid that goes on all the time, man, there's plenty of stupid to laugh at. God, there's so much. I mean, for real. So I'm going to see what's going on. I don't know if I'll be on there tonight. I wanted to, at the same time. I think I might hang out. So I don't know. But I may tomorrow, by the way. There's a filing. So Lips has put in a filing that is amazing. It came in it's come in after they're going after one of the banks. They're claiming that they were They were so terribly misled by the banks. They didn't know they had debt, and the bank should have known that they couldn't afford their payments. And then when they tried to serve, they were terrified. This is terrified. So they want a class action lawsuit. I want to read that to you. It's pretty good. So I'm thinking about popping in, but now if I do again, it will be early. We go at 4 instead of 7, so it'd be 3 hours earlier than typical, but it would absolutely be worth the read. So anyway, I'm gonna call it here. I appreciate all you folks. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything real quick outside. And it's been a good live stream. I had fun tonight. And like I said, again, I hope I caught everybody from yesterday. I hope I talked about everything that was there. But I mean, you folks, like I said, you all are always fun. I think I caught everything. I don't see anything different. Yep, I'm good. All right. I appreciate you folks. And we will maybe see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you Monday on Megan Channel. See ya.